guys, here today I have 3 of these new sound canceling earbuds that I wanted to try out to replace my in-ear Beats Pro earbuds, which were to replace my over-the-ear noise canceling headphones because they're just so freaking big and bulky. They take up so much room in my carry-on when I'm flying around. So where do I start with this review? I think I will start with the #1 recommendation that I got from all of you and recommendations that I read online for the Sony WF-1000XM4s. So as you can see, they come in this little case right here. Nice little sort of, I guess this is, I call it computer color, this little buff color case. And the whole case that they come in is the same. It's very small. It's kind of a matte finish. I think it's plastic. I'm not sure. Some people have said that it's metal, but I thought it was fairly impressive. And I've had Sony earphones for many years. I've had Sony music equipment. In fact, my current stereo system's a Sony amp. And these earbuds sort of reminded me of all of the qualities that I love and I dislike about Sony. As you can see, they're very small. It's very beautiful. They're very beautifully designed. So they fit in very simply and very unobtrusively. The only problem I have is with all of the ear tips that I tried, I cannot get a complete seal. And even though they come with a complete equalizer in the app to set them, they still sounded to me like I was wearing those really early over-the-ear earphones that came with the original Sony Walkman. Yeah, there's bass there, there's highs, there's mid-ranges, but they all sound like they're coming from on top of your ear, not in your head. These are the absolute best at transparency. So if you're gonna wear them all day long and you want to hear what's going on around you and you just kind of want music in the background, these are awesome for that. That's not the way I like to listen to music. I want to be swept away. I want to hear how wonderful the artist sounds. I want to feel like I'm sitting in a concert watching them, because I'm normally wearing them when I'm on an airplane or when I'm traveling somewhere, or I just want to shut everything out. So that's the purpose of headphones for me. These don't do the trick. Plus the fact, the way they fit and the way I want to shove them into my ear canal to make that fit, they bind against the top of my ear. This is called the anti-helix, and this little plastic part pushes into my anti-helix, and after I've worn them for about an hour or so, my ears start to get really sore. So, I'm sorry to say, Sony, these are a no-go. As much as this tiny little case is very cute, and I know a lot of people are like, oh, well, it fits into the little pocket on your jeans. I'm like, yeah, I'm sure it would. Again, that's not the way I handle these. Typically, I would put them in my carry-on bag, and these are so small, I can see myself thinking I slipped it into my bag and instead it slipped onto the floor somewhere. These are a no-go. So the next pair, after much research online, are these Bang & Olufsen earbuds. They're this really beautifully designed black. You can get them in 3 different colors. I think you can actually get white, but with a glass touchpad on it that says very discreetly B&O. They're a high-end audiophile headphone maker, and I'm using the large silicone tip, and I have to say, I was blown away by the sound of these. Again, you just put them in and rotate just like you would a pair of Apple earbuds. They almost automatically pair with an iPhone, and the sound is amazing. It's very full, very rich, has great deep end, very clear highs, and they're fairly comfortable to wear for a long period of time. I've tried shaking, I've tried doing all kinds of stuff to get them out of my ear. They stay in place, including the silicone seal that forms that really nice seal into my ear canal to give me that deep, rich bass. I really like these. So I'll put in the description below the different songs that I listen to on each set of earbuds to kind of compare them. But I'm like, okay, let's see how deep the bass will go. And there's, I think, no test better than Boom by Tiesto. Amazing. And again, like I said about fit, I found that these fit best with just a little tweaking downward where most people would wear them. Pretty amazing headphones. The only problem I found, there's a little bit too much transparency when I was wearing them at the gym. And again, this plastic fit, the way it fits best for me, rubs against that anti-helix of my ear. And my ear starts to get sore about an hour or so after I've worn them. Damn. So next, I decided to try out a pair of Bose. Now I have to say, I'm very partial to Bose. I have quite a lot of Bose products, and my original over-the-ear noise canceling headphones have been Bose. I said headphones. I've had like all 4 generations. They're amazing. They're just huge. They take up a lot of space in your travel bag. But for noise cancellation, I think they have the market. So they come in this case that's a little bit bigger than the B&O, a little bit, quite a bit larger than the Sony. Same sort of satin beige finish, but quite a surprise. Number one, with all the others, you try to pry it open like that. That doesn't work with Bose. Bose has this little button on the front. You push this button, and it opens up. It's auto opening, and then you see that the earbuds are glowing blue, meaning they're ready to go. They've paired with my phone. And as earbuds go, they're kind of like this egg shape, a fairly large egg shape, but they have this really unique tip with a little horn on it that's made of this silicone rubber. And again, I'm using the largest silicone tip. All of these come with different size tips. And for me, the largest size seems to work best for sealing out outside noise. So you just put this in and rotate it so that that little piece goes in the anti-helix of your ear. And they're completely locked in place. They're very secure, and I find that the sort of silicone piece that locks into place along with the silicone tip provides a very tight seal. In fact, as I'm talking to you right now, I hear my own voice inside my head. And I remember being told several years ago, when you're listening to earbuds, that that's the first tip that you've got them inserted right, that you hear your own voice sort of in your head. So then you go ahead and put on the music. Wow. Now the music, it's completely in my head. Amazing. So the cool thing about these, a lot of people say, oh, they stick out so far and they're so obvious. Quite honestly, I think that's a good thing, because I keep them on full sound deadening. There's 3 settings, and quiet is one of them. You can have a transparency mode. Then you can have I think it's a public transportation mode or something like that. I like quiet, which is total sound deadening for everything except for what you're listening to. And that's why I wear them. So if somebody comes up to me and starts talking and happens to see that I've got these things in my ear, that's why I love that they kind of stick out like that. People know you have headphones on, you're listening to music. The B&O, as beautiful as they are and as lovely as they sound, they're so small that people may not even notice that you have headphones on. That's been my experience at the gym. People start talking to me and I'm like, quickly like, okay, which one do I tap to turn on the transparency mode? And that is true with all earbuds, sound canceling earbuds. You have to experiment a little bit. With the Bose, it's the left hand bud that changes the transparency mode. The right hand turns the music off, which also works, but as you notice, I'm probably speaking pretty loudly because I still have them in. I still love them. Bose are known for their low end. They have the kind of bass that you not only hear, it's sort of this out of body thing, because the bass is so vibrant and so present, bass forward, I think I've heard people call it, that you feel like you should be feeling it, like a woofer vibrating your body, but it's not. So to test that, I'm going to do my favorite deep bass track, Boom, by Tiesto. How can you not move? Boom, boom, boom. And not only do they sound good, with these silicone parts, they're comfortable. I've worn them all day until eventually the battery goes dead. That's not the way I would normally wear earbuds. So if you're looking for battery life, actually the Bose are the least. I think they go for about 6 hours continuous listening. I don't remember exactly the B&O. I think they're more like 8 to 12. And of course the Sony is probably somewhere in the range of 12 to 18, but didn't matter. I didn't like either of them as much as I like these Bose. So of all three of these, obviously my favorite has been the Bose Quiet Comfort Noise Cancelling Earbuds. I highly recommend these. And I have to say that one of the things that I recommend for everyone is to try them out, because your taste may be different than my taste in music. The way you like to hear sound may be different than the way, and obviously everyone's ear is shaped a little bit differently. So the way the tips fit are going to affect the way you hear the music. One problem that I have with all of these is that you can't exactly go to, say, and shove them in your ear and try them out, because obviously, well, that's not sanitary. You have to buy them, try them, and then return them. Thank God for Amazon Prime with guaranteed return, which is exactly what I did with all of these. I'm hoping I'm not getting myself into a pickle here, but I'm going to send back the ones that didn't work for me, which are the Sony and unfortunately the B&O, which are beautiful. They sound great, but to me, the Bose Quiet Comfort earbuds, these are amazing.